we all right.
All right. Shalom. We'll begin with give all praise, honor, and glory
to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH.
Double honors to the apostles and the others of great millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day. All right, that's continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH. All right, and also shalom to the hope elect as well that's continually laboring his work, man. All right, also doing this thing in all faith, truth, and sincerity, man. All right, now of course, like we're going to get into, man. All right, our favorite topic, the downfall of Babylon the Great, man. All right, and things that we're going into, all right, in this time, okay, are the plays which are written about within the scriptures, man. Okay, so the plays which are written about in the scriptures, you know, they're beginning to activate, man. Okay, and one of the major ones, all right, that's about to be activated, all right, which is the last plague, all right, is going to be those missiles, man. That's going to be the end all be all to this current system, man. Okay, the technology that's being used today, all right, as far as warfare, all right, like the missiles, all right, the thermonuclear capabilities, all right, the arsenal, all right, all that's being prepped for this time today, man. Okay, they're all being prepped because this is what the Lord is going to use to destroy this society, man. This is what's going to use to destroy this current kingdom, man. Okay, because right now this place is prepared, all right. It's been made, you know. It's like the book Isaiah. But this place is prepared, man. It's prepared for a great slaughter, man. Okay, by the hands of YAHAWAH, man. Okay, which YAHAWAH is going to be at the head of that, man. All right, he's going to be at the head of the destruction of this current kingdom, man. Okay, the same person that you read about over and over again every Sunday, man. Okay, this same power, all right, which is written about within the scriptures, is going to make a grand entrance, all right, and destroy this place at the same time, man. But again, this place is right to be destroyed, man. You know, it's too much of wickedness going on today, man. You see what's going on today in this current world, man. All right, it seems to be getting worse and worse, man. All right, and you may think that this is as worse as going to get, but look, man, you haven't seen nothing yet, man. All right, we know that because this man, the so-called white man, Esau, is in rulership, man. He's the embodiment of the wickedness, man. He's been set up to be the wicked, man. All right, and he's showing you that he is the wicked. All right, by the things that are taking place here in America, man. The legislations are being passed. All right, those things that are written and written in the past in the practice in the law. All right, those things are against the laws of the scriptures, man. All right. Get that up.
Isaiah 34 and verse 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven."
Right. So the Lord's sword is going to be bathed in heaven, man. All right. And that's not talking about in the spirit world, man. No, it's talking about this man's heaven. All right. And this kingdom, America, and basically this whole system that's set up. All right. This is this man's heaven, man. Right here, man. All right. Yeah, this is his heaven, man. All right. This is his paradise. Okay. And guess what? That same paradise, all right, like it also says scripture as well. It says this place regarded as the Garden of Eden to these people. Okay? So the Garden of Eden is going to be made a desolate wilderness, man. Okay?
It says, "Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea."
Right, it says it shall come down upon Idumea. All right? And Idumea is the Greek word for Esau, or Edom. Okay? So it says it's going to come down upon Idumea, all right? Now it's talking about this current kingdom that's set up, man. All right? Well, primarily Babylon the Great, man. Okay? Because this is his capital, man. Okay? This is where wickedness spews from, man. That's why it's written in the scriptures as the great harlot, man. All right? That sold nations through witchcraft and whoredom, man. All right?
Yeah. It says, "And upon the people of my curse to judge it."
And against the people of his curse to judgment, man. All right? And you see, all right, this man, all right, Esau, he's cursed from the earth, man. All right? And he's going to judge the curse of the earth, all right, to destruction, man. All right? So read that bit again.
It says,
Yeah.
Isaiah 34 and 5 again, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment."
That's right. The people of the Lord's curse, man. All right? how we know that? Because the Lord cursed them all the way back to Cain, man. Okay? But like the scriptures say, the Lord's going to judge them, man. All right? And how he's going to judge them? By way of the Muslim, man. There it is. All right? This is how the Lord is going to judge the wicked, man. All right? By way of the Muslims, man. Okay? This is the device that the Lord has chosen, all right, to destroy this place in this system, man. Okay? The element that's being used is fire, man. Okay? Which is a cleaning agent. Okay? Just like water. Case in point, that's why the scriptures say, call this destruction is coming as the second death, man. All right? Because the first death was about what? Water. All right?
Second Ezra 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
Right, so the Lord is the one that's bringing these plagues, man. All right? The Lord is bringing these plagues to the planet Earth. Why is that? Because the Lord has picked out these plagues, and written about these plagues, all right, and spoken about them, all right, to destroy this place, man. Why? Because this place, all right, is a reflection, all right, of our captivity, man. That's why the scriptures say that this place, America, is spiritually known as Egypt, man. Okay? So that's why the Lord has decided to judge this place by this, man. Can you read that from the top again?
God, 2 Ezra 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon this world.
Right, so YAHAWASHI, the God of the Bible, is bringing these plagues, man. All right? To bring about his kingdom, man. All right? Because the only way that his kingdom is going to come forth in fruition is that this kingdom's got to be brought down.
That's it.
All right?
It says the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Right, so those are the plagues that's coming to this place, man. All right? So it says sword, what? Death, destruction, famine.
Yeah.
All right? And all that's coming, man. All right? And all these things have been set up and put in place, all right? Just so these people can feel the fury of YAHAWASHI, man. All right? That's the reason why. And they're going to be long and drawn out, man. All right? He's going to make it to where these people are going to feel every single second of those plagues, man. And that includes the Muslims, man. All right? Yeah, that's it. And the Lord, yeah, because the Lord's the one that call you up, man.
Yeah.
You know? You can man. YAHAWASHI is greatly to be feared, man.
Much like it concerning the time of Noah. It rained. They gave them time to consider.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. Because it didn't flow on that one day.
Yeah.
It had to take multiple days to consider thinking
They
about it.
slept on it.
Yeah. You went to the second week.
Yeah. And it's still raining.
Like they start making clothes out of the clouds and shit.
They try to flare the water like, why is it still raining? You know, wishing the rain away, like, why is it?
Rain, go away.
Hey, but you know, hey, that's true. They seen that today. But the reason why? Because the rain is coming. That's right. The missiles, all right?
Just like that, he gave the reason why. He gave the reasons out. Verse 6, 2 Ezra 15 and 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
That's right. So wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. This everywhere you go is tainted, man. All right? That's why we say over and over again, you got Jake that think that they can leave, America, and go someplace else, like, somewhere like in China, Beijing, somewhere, and live. But guess what? Esau's snake is there too. All right? Everywhere you go is, is wickedness, man. It's filthiness. It's unclean. All right? You're not going to be able to find peace anywhere in this world, man. Why? Because this man is still in rulership, man. It's not going to be any peace until he's taken out of rulership. That's why the scriptures say it's no peace unto the wicked, saith the Lord, man. All right?
It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, man. He completed it, He's completing his wickedness, man. And what the Lord has programmed him to do, man. Okay? So since his hurtful works are fulfilled, all right, now it's time for him to pay, man. Okay? Now he has to receive the reward of those same wicked deeds, man. Okay? And that's a righteous judge, man. Because the scriptures tell you what, it's roughly paraphrasing, right? You don't have to get it. But it says that judgment, all right, somebody get it real quick. All right.
Judgment shall rain down as water.
You good?
Yeah, fully, yeah.
Please ask you the 8 times.
Yes, real quick.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men.
Yep, that's it. Yep.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against some evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
That's right. Yeah, so that's why, again, man, you know, the hearts of these people are fully set in them to do evil. Why is that? It's because judgment is not going forth as they see it, man. All right? But here it is, YAHAWASHI, you know, day by day, is intensifying these plagues, man. All right? He's intensifying the things which are written, which are going towards the people, man. All right? And to give out that reward, man. And the judgment, I believe, that's a oh, yes, okay, so, yeah, you go ahead.
Ezekiel 12 just back up what you said about how these people who think the Lord gonna come. Ezekiel 12 and 27, son of man, behold, the house of Israel say, the vision that he sealed me for many days to come.
Right, and that's people, man. That's their mentality, okay? Is that the vision, all right, is far off, man. All right? But here it is, the Lord is working, man. And you see it. And why is that? Because now, you know, concerning the famine, you know, the Lord is going to make sure you know about the famine, man. All right? And see, if you notice, right, now they've been talking about what? Food shortages, all right? Started to prepare stock up, you know? Why is that? Because the Lord is intensifying the famine, man. All right? Along with everything else, man. What? Death, the sword, destruction. All that's being ramped up, man. Okay, why? Because now it's the time, all right, for this place to go down, man. And now is the time for this place to be destroyed. That's the reason why these things are being elevated and intensified, man. Okay? Because the Lord is long suffering, man. You know? But that comes with an expiration time, man. Expiration, you know? The Lord can only hold his anger for so long until it just bursts, man. All right? And that's what you're about to see, okay? You're about to see the Lord's anger, you know, spill out, man. You know? And these people are not going to be able to fight against that, man. All right? You know how you have like a wall, you know, broke into a dam, you know, hold water and then it just breaks through. You know? That's what it's going to be like, man. It's going to break through. It's going to be nothing you can do, man. All right? That water is going to come, you know, that's going to come flowing out, man. That current, all right? And you can't stop the current. So same thing what was going on here. And actually, grab a second here.
They're not going to get away with it. Doing wickedness. This is all. Look, Ecclesiastes 16, verse 11. And if there be one stiff-necked among the people, it is marveled if he escape unpunished.
That's right, man. So it said if it's one stiff-necked among the people, all right, you know, basically being hard-hearted, right? As one that's being stiff-necked against the words of YAHAWASHI, okay? It'll be a marvel. It'll be a spectacle, you know, a miracle that he escaped from, man. You know, because nobody can escape the grasp of YAHAWASHI. That's why the scriptures say it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord, man. You know, because He's controlling everything, man, everything around us. All right, you talking to, you know, we always talk about this, man. You know, he's the master of scenarios, man. All right, and He's making the scenario right now. All right, everything's being put into place. All right, to create this scene, man. Okay.
God, let me finish this slide. It says, for mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out his blessing.
All right, so He let you know that, look, the Lord let you know that, look, both with me is mercy and wrath, man. All right. So, you know, hey, that's why, again, you know, YAHAWASHI, and you know, contrary to what these people think, He's not a passive power, man. All right. And again, like I said earlier, he creates scenarios, man. Hey, you know, make us go into jeopardy, man. All right. You know, different stories like that, man. And it'll show you, you know, the wrath of YAHAWASHI, man. All right. He's a terrible power, man. Okay.
Now, this is 2nd Ezra 16, verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
Yeah. So woe unto this place, man. All right. Woe unto Babylon the Great, man. All right. And by the way, that word woe means destruction, man. Okay. So that destruction, all right, is headed fast for Babylon the Great, man. All right, and like I said, rightfully so, man. Okay, because the scriptures right now is speaking out against this wickedness, man, against this man. All right, the people that are settled, like the scriptures say, on their lease. All right, the ones that are at rest. Okay, and the ones that are indulged in Babylon, man. All right, all these things that are written within the scriptures. All right, these things are here. All right, are written or spoken about. All right, for the sake of judgment, man. All right, again, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Okay. Yeah.
Continuing on, verse 2, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
That's right, man. So weep and howl for your destruction is at hand, man. Okay? And you notice because you see the men of the Lord telling you these things, man. All right? Through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. Okay? We're telling you that, look, this is the path that you're going down, man. All right? And that path is leading towards either life or death, man. All right? But look at the state of these people. All right, you already know the path that they're on, man. Okay? Why? Because they're not, they're not attaching their life to YAHAWASHI, man. Or his words. Okay? You got something?
No. Oh, yeah. Let you go back up. Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sin.
That's right, man. And that's what we're doing, man. All right? Lifting up our voice like trumpets, man. All right? And showing our people their transgression, man. Okay? Well, you know, we tell you that this is not the way to go, man. All right? We're telling you that, look, the kingdom that's spoken about within the scriptures is for you, man. Okay? That's the gospel. All right? That's the good news, man. All right? We're telling you that your enemy is about to be put down, man. The ones that oppress you, man. Okay? The ones that wants to see your downfall, man. Okay? And we're telling you that YAHAWASHI, all right? The Son of the Heavenly Father is coming back to get us, man. All right? And take us home, man. Okay? To get us up out of this captivity, man. All right? Because continually being in Babylon the Great, man, you're like every area of your life is being attacked, man. All right? Your spirit, your mind, your body, everything, man. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. That's it.
Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart.
That's right, man. Arise ye and depart, man. All right? Arise and depart. And that's not talking about getting a plane ticket, all right, to go out to another country and get a passport, all right, and live there, man. All right? No, what it means when it says arise ye and depart, it's talking about depart out of the ways of America, man. All right? The ways of the West, man. Okay? And get back to the ways of the East. Okay?
It says, arise and depart, for this is not your rest.
Right, this place of miracle, all right, and underneath this man's system. It's not your rest, man. All right? You're not at rest here, man. Okay? Continuously, you know, that's why the scripture says, so your life shall hang in doubt. All right? Because every single day, that's how it is every single day, man.
Death lurks around the corner.
Yeah, man.
It's called the valley of the shadow of death.
Now, Psalm 23:4. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil,
Right, man.
for thou art with me.
Right, and we're walking through that valley right now, man. All right? And that valley is a low land, okay? And it says what? It says the valley of the shadow of death, man. Okay? So this place, all right, it's death, man. Okay? You know, a shadow is basically, you know, it's cast from something, you know, just to make it simple, you know? Yeah, and the shadow comes and goes, man. All right? And that represents a miracle. Because miracle, when you look at the time when a miracle was actually erected, when it actually became a miracle, or like the United States or what have you, all right? That's when it really started, man. All right? And it hasn't even been in Russia that long, man. All right? Not this place, okay? So this place is a shadow, man. It's a vapor. It's here for a little season. It's gone, man. All right? And that's why it's spoken about in the scriptures as well, in Revelations, man. All right? About the beast that had a season, or a little season, and we're in that little season right now, man. Okay, and again, you know, with this kingdom, all right, you seeing the downfall, man. All right, and it's like, man, time in itself, man, it's just speeding up, man. You know, you around, man, it's just so many things, you know, happening left and right, man. So really, that's why we're so adamant about this truth, is because everything's happening around us, man. That the Lord's showing us what's going on, man.
Hey, real quick, the scripture say we have a more sure word of prophecy. See what I'm saying? That's why we so adamant. You know, the elder brought it out a couple of weeks ago. I think you had added to it, the elder added to it too. Look, when we first came into this truth, we thought that the next week, the next 3 days, right away, right? That's how anxious we were, all right? But that's why the scripture said, near them when you first believe. See that? So we got a sure word of prophecy, meaning what? We know we are the true witnesses, Lord willing. We endure unto the end. We the true witnesses, meaning, hey, bro, we know this gonna happen. We have full assurance.
Ahead of the game.
We at it again. That's right. You got Jeremiah 28:8.
I was saying we ahead of the game. You know, a lot of.
Oh, it's a lot. Ahead of the game. I thought you said head of the game. Yeah, I know what I thought you said. Head of the game.
We at it again, though.
Yeah, you at it again, though.
Hey.
We're foundation.
Hey, right? This truth have you coming to the understanding before it actually happens, right? It actually takes place. But the brothers that's back here, we ready for it. We ready for it. We prepare for it in a way that the society don't understand. America way overvalued the time frame in which it was going to be taken down. America overvalues itself. You know, the average American overvalues himself, pride is throughout the whole spectrum right now. Anything America touches, you got pride there. You went through K through 12, kindergarten through 12th grade, you were proud, you know, racist, whatever you want to call it. You just by default, all right? If you a Jake, you probably think lesser than yourself than you actually are, because the Lord chose your people. So first things first, you got to instill Jake with a mindset that he is somebody. You know, Jesse Jackson used to be known for that phrase, I am somebody. You know?
That's how he said it. I am somebody. You know, they know how you say that shit.
I only know, I was there, I only know from my parents. You know? Hey, but that's how the Lord is stirring things up. It starts with your mind. Before everything happens, before everything comes in, brothers is going to wake up. You know? You're going to see more brothers waking up to something that hasn't happened yet. Like the chip. We look crazy as hell talking about an RFID chip about to be processed, manufactured, where the majority of the population is going to have to take it, inject it, so that they can live. Just so that they can eat, live, work, all of that. Access denied if you ain't got it, right? But that's before. We so far ahead of the way, right, that the rest of the people look at us like crazy. Well, the Lord's going to have things speed up. And so it's going to come a time when all the people that was looking at y'all crazy, they're going to have a whole nother story, right? Matter of fact, Matthew 25 goes into that. Go ahead.
It's Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
The Lord stirred it up. He's stirring it up with the brothers' minds, man. We aggressively attacking this truth, man. Because we understand there's a reward at the end of this. And Esau reward, we don't believe in that no more. You know, that American dream, that seemed real at one point in time, man. You know, that seemed like something worthwhile. You know, if you could just, well, ultimately, all you gotta do is be born an Israelite. You got access to all of this. We ain't doing nothing special. We ain't got no training program where 3 o'clock in the morning we wake up, we hit the push-up. We ain't doing nothing to deserve, except for pushing his word, to deserve what the Lord got. It's grace. The Lord just got it like that. It's grace. You know, it's by grace that we not destroyed. It's by grace that we still here after slavery, after all we went through, all people, the tribes, all the tribes went through. It's by grace. So the Lord going to stir us up to get us up out of here and raise up out of this mindset before it even comes to pass, man. You got to understand, you a prophet. If you prophesy to the things to come, according to the word and saying, according to thus saith the Bible, you a prophet. Because many men have, the Lord, in Matthew 13, many men have tried to see what we have seen right now. You know?
That's the thing about being a prophet. Being able to see, man.
being able to see, and not just being able to physically see what's in before you, but actually what's in before you, meaning beforehand. Futuristic. Hey, what is that? Ezekiel 33. All right, it speaks about the watchman. The watchman must be able to see afar, right? Yeah, to see the sword coming. St. John, go ahead.
This is First Samuel 99.
That's
Before
it.
time in Israel.
Yeah, before time in Israel, meaning in the past in Israel, all right, amongst our people, all right, in the ancient times, before this modern day pollution. Okay, go ahead.
He says, when a man went to inquire of the Most High.
Yeah, when a man went to inquire of the Most High. How do you inquire of the Most High? You just don't run to the Most High, all right? You don't run to the higher power. You got to go to his in between. Give me 2 Timothy. My bad. It's a lot. 1 Timothy 25. Yeah. Get up real quick. So this is how you go to the Most High, man. And one wouldn't believe that this is the in-between that you see right here before your face. This is how you go to the Most High, man. Right?
We ain't shaving.
No.
You know, we ain't got no lineups. You know, bro, we got regular garments. Our garments look like
sackcloth,
man. You know, we ain't got this perfect embroidery.
Right.
We ain't got women all around.
We ain't got no physical fame.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. No.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 5. Right. But there is one power and one mediator between the Most High and men. The man, Yahawashi.
So read again, huh?
1 Timothy 4 and 5. For there is one power.
Yeah, so there is one power. All right, there's no other power other than this power. Go ahead. That's why he's one of his titles is the Most High. I call him the Most High. All right, and it just means it don't really mean that much. It just means what it means. Yeah, the Most High. That's not his name though.
Hey, can I say something?
You got it.
The name of the Lord, the Most High. Right? It's not all these different names.
No.
The nigga in jail, you can call him. Just coming out the shadow. No, the Lord has a name. And his only begotten Son has a name, which is a mystery, man.
Beautiful.
All right? Yeah. Which was revealed in this lifetime to combat the judgment that's about to fall on America. Beautiful. All right? The Lord got his sights set on the West, America, Babylon the Great. There's a famine brewing. And you know we're going to end up going into the famine. Because the famine coming, man. Right, this manufactured famine. Like, come on, you got it.
Go ahead, huh?
Come on, it says, for there is one power.
Yeah, so there's one power. All right. Go ahead.
And one mediator.
And one mediator. So we got the word mediator.
Yeah, got the word mediator.
Yeah, because again, hey, like we say, hey, you got to get to the bottom of it. I can say and throw the word mediator. That's what? You know what I'm saying? Tell me what a one with wisdom would say. Hold on, bro. What's a mediator? Right. You're trying to teach me something. Define what you
motherfucker escort you out the church. Wisdom is a defense. Wisdom is a defense. That's a privilege to pull in the scrap. But what scripture tell you, wisdom is like a sword. Beautiful. Now, I ask you a question. So what is the world?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, in John 3:16. You know, motherfucker get mad at you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A teacher that's not a true teacher. A wicked shepherd to get mad at you. What you just listen to what I tell you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got an orphanage, man.
Real talk.
And you say how compassionate on the kids.
Real talk.
You know the kid come to ask you to have more words, and you lose it on shoot off, man.
Slap the trail.
You have to give. Why would you give? I want to say something too. When you go back in the day, our people were so downtrodden. So all it took for a person, Jake, to have on a suit and tie, they could be well spoken. Then they had Jake eating out of their hand. And Jake never challenged or asked what was this about. You know, they just saw something, and they was drowning. So when you drowning, you leave to whatever, your way, man.
But now we're in the time, you see, we're in the time now where what the scripture say, the true worshipers, we worship the Lord in spirit and truth. So you want to get to the bottom of things. That's why the brother ain't just throwing around the word mediator to woo you. No, we're going to do the spirit. We're going to get to the bottom of it. If you got that. Go ahead.
Word mediator, one who intervenes between two.
Yeah, so one who intervenes between two. That two is the Most High, the Lord willing, the elect. Well, really, it's Israel. All right? But in these times, it's the elect of the nation of Israel.
So you get the word medium from.
Beautiful.
You got a large, you got a small, you got a medium. It's in between. And then you got medium. When you turn on that TV, that's called the media station. They're the in between. The news is over here, you over here, and they're the in between.
They deliver the message.
Yeah.
But they deliver it they the lawyer, right? Between the I don't know, the defendant or the plaintiff and the judge. They the lawyer. And look, they bringing the good news. What does it have to say? That word medium, you look it up, you go to medium, right? Middle ground, right? You take it to the word middle ground, right? So the media actually serves as the middle ground, right? Between, the higher ups, the powers that be, and the coming folk. The laws and legislation. The reason why you know that it's 5 foot, the motherfucker got to be 5 feet, they had that get 5 feet. It was because of the media. In some shape, form, or fashion, right? It wasn't just you. They told you went straight to the powers that be, and he ran it by you. Hey, look, man. No, you got it from the media. The media's the middle ground.
And back in the day, the media used to come out on the street. Went back, early in America, they used the paper boys used to be out, right? Extra, right? And before that, it was on something called a town crier or a herald.
That's it. The town crier. You said it right. The town crier.
The town crier go out and tell you what's going on. He come out in the middle of the city and say what's going on. Right?
Hear ye. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it's weird now. It's strange now. Men coming outside. Why you don't just do this on the internet behind your keyboard?
That's it.
But look, man. The Lord is having stirring things up in a way that it's remembrance of the past times, man. They said your men shall not be removed from a corner.
Yep. The
teacher shall not be removed from a corner. So we're gonna be out here. It says, wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets. In the broad, right? In the gates of the city. It says the gates of the city, and talking about the agora where the marketplace is. Where everybody comes. The chief places of the city.
Chief place of concourse.
Concourse means in the Bronx, New York, you got an area called the Grand Concourse. That's an area. Yeah, that's where all commerce comes together.
Right.
It's just intersection of two great.
You took right out my mouth. I just said the major intersections
of the city.
You know what I'm saying? The concourse, where all of the major streets meet, all of the traffic, all of the business. That would really mean with traffic. Yeah, with traffic. You know what I'm saying? Down here we call it junction function. See what I'm saying? You hear it? Junction function. See what I'm saying? That's where everything's like it. They go back to Ezekiel. Is that Ezekiel the 17th chapter? Or go to the city of traffic? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, city of traffic. Yeah, the land of traffic. Man of trade is business. Yep. Because when you conduct business, you jump in your car business, that's business. Right? That's it. Just that business. Yeah. They even have on the sign the business district. Right. Well, America, right? It's these like veins. Like these people, that's why. Yeah. You got to see it. Like, you go on the freeway, you see red tail lights and the white. This is like red tails and white tails. And it's like the veins. And it starts with your driveway. Right? When you come out of your driveway, you go into wherever you live at, you go off into traffic, man. You go off into byways, highways, expressways, boulevard, circles, ways. You know what I'm saying? It's all made. It's the functioning. Yeah. It's all made by what? Cartographers, man. All of the cartographers. Go ahead,
Well, back in media, it says one who intervenes between two, either in order to make or restore peace and friendship.
Yeah, to make or restore. Woo. Why? What did it say restore for? Because once upon a time it was peace. All right? Before we broke the law, statutes, and commandments, it was peace between us and the Most High. Right? So YAHAWASHI, all right, was built. He was made to be that mediator, to be that in between, to be that Lord. That's right. Beautiful. Art. It's top, the high point. And then art connects. That's it. That's it. Serves as a bridge. That's right.
That's why when you go into the Ark of the Covenant, it got them two angels on the side. Well, that was the case. Remember when YAHAWASHI died, it was two angels standing by his the servant standing by his grave. That's the Ark, man. YAHAWASHI is ancient, man. It was all his role in the movie was to bring Israel back. Now, can I say something real quick? That definition right there cancels out the natural Gentile. The word restore. Because when you restore something, that means you already had it. You're coming back to what you had.
Back to life.
Yeah. I can't restore pledge to you if it never was yours. Right. You pop up, let me get that 20. When did I give it to you?
When you restore a house back to original form,
yep.
You can't restore it if it hadn't already been immaculate in the first place.
You can't come back to nothing you never was a part of.
Restoration.
Right, so YAHAWASHI came, and the irony of it is you Christians, you rally around YAHAWASHI, even though you call that word JC. Well, he pretty much, he symbolizes the bringing back of Israel. You just looked at it. The mediator is the restore.
It's on Romans 5 and verse 10. For if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to the
we was enemies, man. And how were we made enemies, man? Going against the law, statutes, and commandments. And when you read Barak, the 4th chapter, it tells you about us and why we're in this situation that we're in right now. But we sacrificed unto idols, man. We became enemies, all right? And the Most High resisted us. Not because we was proud. The scripture speaks about in James, the Most High resisted the proud. But he warred against us, man. Why? Because he set up laws, statutes, and commandments, and we went against them. So who was the first resistance then? Who was the ones that warred against them first? Go ahead, huh?
It says, for if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to the Most High.
How was we reconciled? Through YAHAWASHI, man. Give me Ephesians 1 and 7. Get it a rock. Real quick. Ephesians 1 and 7. Get it a rock. I'll try again. Ephesians 1 and 7.
It's Ephesians.
Give me that word reconcile. Matter of fact, give me that first then.
It's the word reconcile in Romans. Yeah, reconcile. Strong's G 2644. It says
read it again.
Romans 5 and verse 10. So like it says, for if when we were enemies, we were reconciled.
Yeah, when we were enemies, go ahead, meaning Israel, unto the Most High. All right, go ahead.
We were reconciled to the Most High by the death of his son.
See that? By the death of his son. Give me that in the feet.
I was trying to die for everybody.
Damn right. Go ahead, up.
So Ephesians chapter 1, verse 6.
You can start it. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 1, verse 6.
1 and verse 7. Go ahead.
It says, to the praise of the glory of his grace, where he has made us acceptable.
Hey, the praise to the glory of his grace, man. That he have made us acceptable. And who?
Accepted in the beloved.
In the beloved, right? Who is the beloved? The elect. So it ain't about Israel as a whole. All these scriptures we read is about the elect out of these people, man. Those are the ones that YAHAWASHI's blood covered. Those are the ones that have been reconciled. And through those ones being reconciled, it's a chance for the 2/3 to come back through them.
That goes back to the word world.
That's right.
The word world goes into a harmonious arrangement.
That's it.
Meaning those in harmony.
That's it. You know, those that walk according to this rule.
Yeah, that's symphony.
That's symphony. Organized.
Order. Order. What's that Psalm 50? Where the Lord said he would set us in order before thine eyes. Yeah. See, and that's the key word. That word order, that's a wedge right there. When I throw the word order,
That means all these 2/3 they have no place in. That's true. Imagine Lil Wayne. You know, I'm just throwing out somebody. Yeah, come. The word order. And then you think of the next trending rapper. He don't apply to this. So there's the separation right there. YAHAWASHI shed his blood for the elect. Man, that's why they're in chaos. You know, the spirit, like, through the spirit, what we say, there is no order. I mean, without order, there is chaos. And what that is, when we go to Job 10th chapter, when it speaks about the land without order, land of darkness without any order. Right. Why? Because Esau Edom went from the true order, man, to govern this land. You set up everything counter to the real order of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, man. You got fucking pork or delicacy, man. You know what I mean? Every homestead, you actually got a piggly wiggly. Like, you know what I mean? Now let's say like you come, hold up, the brother, you got a piggly wiggly like that. Yeah, see what I'm saying? I know it's a southeast region. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. But they can potentially go. And look, and piggly wiggly ain't nothing new. That shit ancient. That shit is old. Like that shit go all the way back to the fucking exactly. Overall and goddamn and motherfucking hammerhawks. Overall and hammerhawks and goddamn pot liquor and motherfucking corn scrolls. And overall, you know what I'm talking about? That shit ancient like that, bro. Yeah, that shit ancient like this for laws, man. Yeah, man. And then let's say like you get translated, you get teleported from the ancient world, where the fear of the Lord was known, you know, where you knew, you know, where okay, the Lord visited him, you know. Then you get teleported to now, and you see a restaurant with a pig on the front. They boasted in it. So that shows you that the Lord gonna destroy America, man. You see what I'm saying? That's equivalent to you being in a. And I'm just using this so for edification's sake. Let's say if you're in a rival gang neighborhood, right? You're a Crip or a Blood. If you're in the Blood hood and you got a Crip flag, you know how mother you go out and they got a big American flag. Mother got a Crip flag with a pole hanging from his apartment. He asking for it, man. Yeah, that's true. Right? The Lord has jurisdiction over everything. His laws and orders is the be all end all. Yeah. So Esau waged war against the Lord by setting up his own legislation, man. Yeah. And boasting in it.
Chapter 2, verse 6, it said, "And turn the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly." So that's what America's doing today. Read the events that happened, that took place in Sodom and Gomorrah, and they turned around and did the same thing, man. And it said the example, which is an example that you know is going to play out on a bigger scale. And we seeing the perfection of that through America, man. You know?
You turned right around and did the very thing that pissed off the highest powers, man. And you did it more emphatic. Come on.
Psalm 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Yeah. You see, Edomite in church with a Bible, you know what I mean? They don't even read the scripture before either, man. You see Edomite? Yeah, like a vocab. Because you're an Edomite.
When it comes to the scripture, it's soft, it's all calm down, candles lit. Like some of the you can't go into the wrath of the Lord and feel at peace, man. That's an oxymoron. You know, it's contradictory. The reason why people don't actually go home and read their Bibles is because it get real graphic. It get way too graphic for them. So how is the church all calm when they supposed to be all about the Bible? That's because they're not all about the scripture. Out here now,
like, you know, they'll put parental advisory on them. Right? Yeah, but they have, like, you rap about crime and rape. But then you look at Esau's deeds, that's what you're guilty of. So who are you to declare righteousness, man? It don't make sense. How can the criminal, the offender, establish law and righteousness and justice? So that in itself, right, that's an indictment against the so-called white man. So you're taking the Bible, Oh, and that's the you know, the Bible really a top seller out here, man.
Always been.
Yeah. So what the fuck Esau doing with the Bible, man? When you look back, when you think about all the global atrocities and crime, it's at the hand of the devil, man.
To this day.
Yeah, to this day.
Abortion. Like right now.
Come on, man.
Abortion is a hot topic right now.
Yeah.
They trying to outlaw abortion. Where y'all been at? Where they just came out? They just woke up. Abortion been supposed to be it's already too late. The nigga woman gonna abort regardless. You know, she feel like it's alright. She'll go to jail for that, right? Yeah, I killed his ass and I'll do it again. That's the mindset of a nigga woman. I mean now, when they before by the way, that whole abortion thing, before abortion was legalized in America, it wasn't always legal. Before it was legalized, Edomite women aborted their children more than Israelite women did in America. And as soon as it was legalized, it flipped. And abortion clinics, guess where they was putting them at? Planned Parenthood is all up in the hood. That's exactly where it's at. They don't got no
cleanest building in the hood.
Like clean, yeah, more
real talk,
supported.
one down here.
And guess what? Who is it? A brother brought out an article on that. A video on that. I seen it where the Edomite was saying, I want to designate my money that I'm putting towards Planned Parenthood, and I want to make sure it goes to aborted black babies. So you could put a hit on Jake every single day with Planned Parenthood. It's legal hits.
Yep. Let's go back to what's that? Is that Exodus the first chapter? Yep. Somebody can hold that. That's an age-old formula that was practiced to rid out the people on this side, man.
Kill the baby.
Yep. Kill us up.
Yep. Say just finish. Say but unto the wicked, Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Yeah, because the Most High. We just want to get Psalm 147. Psalm 147. Real quick, last two verses. This is a question that the Most High is asking, man. Read it again, huh?
But unto the wicked.
Unto the wicked. Not unto my people, not unto the almost. Almost. And see, that right on time. Hey, real shit, right on time. That's how America is. Benefit, you know what I'm saying? And so YAHAWASHI code. Hey, see that shit. Lord, make his point, man. If your eyes are open, time may happen. That's true. Now I'm trying to see what's like. That's the 6. Yeah, I don't know what. That's the wonderful counselor. Yeah, he mother got the. They got the best. That's my real talk. Show it. Show it.
Even that bandana got burned. Even that bandana that touched their ass got burned.
Right. Go ahead, No.
Got what song?
Go ahead. You got it?
Psalm chapter 147, verse 19.
Read that again. Read that again so we can get the point.
But this is Psalms 50, 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh said,
yeah, so the Most High is talking to the wicked. Go ahead.
What hast thou to do to declare my statute?
Oh, right there. Go ahead. No, Spirit bring it back, man. Yeah. Hey, come on now. That's the add to it if you didn't catch it the first time. You brought it back out 2 more times. You might came up on the bucket.
Psalm 147,
So this is why the wicked cannot declare the statutes of the Most High. Go ahead,
He showed his word unto Jacob.
Yeah, so because he showed his word unto Jacob. The only one that can receive YAHAWASHI, which ultimately, we know the words is come in the literal form of the scriptures. But who is found within these words? YAHAWASHI. So he's the epitome of the word. Go ahead,
His statutes and his judgments. Like, he showed his word unto Jacob.
Yeah, so Jacob, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, on down to the so-called Mexicans, those are the ones that can receive the word, man. That can receive YAHAWASHI. He was talking about when the camera came on, John, the 1st chapter. The light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So who the only ones out of Jacob that can comprehend it yes? It say comprehend it not. So who can comprehend it yes? The elect. got to be from the light to receive the light. Go ahead,
His statutes and his
His
judgments
statutes and his judgments. Go ahead.
unto Israel.
Unto Israel, and that's the elect out of Israel. Go ahead.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
What's the other nations? The wicked. Outside of the elect, and that's 2/3 too. They're the wicked too.
Strange nation.
The strange nation.
Ecclesiastes 33.
Go ahead.
He said he have not dealt so with any nation.
So he haven't dealt with them. That's why. Go ahead, up.
And as for his
Right.
No, so finish this.
he said he have not dealt so with
So
any
he
nation.
have not dealt so with anybody outside of those that are in the temple. All right, within the courts. All right, within the measurements of salvation. That's the elect.
But even the nation's actions show you that. It's true. They haven't been civilized. See, because this go all the way back. The laws, the statutes, and commandments of YAHAWASHI, right? That wasn't ever sold really to the other nations. They saw it from afar. We was an example of it. But they, yeah.
And they call that power BAHASHAM.
That's why you have and that's why you have like yeah, man. That's why you have like the other nation, for example, Ham. If I was to really go into what Ham do, we might get a strike. And there's thumbnails out there. Brother got a thumbnail where a Hamite shoving his head up his cow's head. But they oh, now that's one that people don't know about. Ham popped the ground literally. Like what you hear the say, fuck the world. Hell, nigga, hold the ground and pop the ground, man. Do that shit, man.
And the Egyptians were known for having they mastered the art of having sex with crocodiles. No, that's a sick people, man.
Yeah, that's a sick people, yeah. Oh, well, they actually they cut the clitoris off their women, so they won't feel the sensation of sex and shit.
That's wicked, man. Man, see that lets you know, man, that they outside of true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of YAHAWASHI. Right? Anybody up under that umbrella, man, you ain't gonna do no. That's stupid. And when you really think about it, that's literally stupid.
Yeah, well, and Elon,
Oh,
they weird. They Elon crazy.
motherfucking fuddy duddy. Oh, them bitches fuddy duddy.
They believe in, for an example, like reincarnated family members coming back. They said like if you was if you was in good standing with the powers, you would come back as a electric.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they do. Right, look.
Yeah, no, that ain't so simple. You want to stop on the teach us. Let us teach, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, stop playing. Go off the train of thought and shit, man. All right, but we not okay. Moab. We're going to where Moab, these so-called Chinese, man. Yeah, you seafood diet, where they feed is food, and they eat everything. The Moabites, and they got the little video where they saw them eating this shit, you know. Yeah, that, man. Stuff for the smacking and shit. Now that Esau get off on blood. Esau the worst, man, because Esau adopt whatever the nation do, whatever finally out there, the so-called white man willing to take it, package it, and market it. You know? He marketed, man, put it out there. Esau sick. He marketed sex. He marketed sex and food, for real. You know? The two things that the body really, with the flesh really, you know, can eat and to have sex. Esau sold that to you. That's
They pretty much operate under the flesh, those five senses. Genesis 17, verse 5, it says they received the use of the five operations of the Lord, and in the sense he imparted them understanding, and in the seventh speech.
right. The five senses of the Lord is seeing, touching, hearing, smelling, and tasting. So everybody really have those
those functions, man. So even animals have that, right? Go ahead.
It says, and in the sense place, he's part of them understanding.
So it's levels past that. That's an actual sixth sense, right? Read that part again.
And in the sixth place, he's part of them understanding.
Right. See, the sixth sense is understanding. Like the average person out here don't have understanding. They might have wisdom to a certain degree. They might have knowledge of certain things, but as it is written, with all that get understanding. The elect, all right, those in his council is the only ones that truly could be considered the wise, those who have understanding. All right, come on.
And in the seventh, speech and interpreter of the cognition thereof.
And in the seventh, speech and the interpretation of the cognition thereof. And the speech is what's on display now. And the interpreting of what this book, which have baffled and confounded so-called historians and biblical scholars, man, which is now open to the poor. All right, what's that, Matthew the 11th chapter? I thank thee, O Lord, for hiding these things from the wise and prudent and giving it to the babes, which would mean those of the people who would be considered insignificant, right? Nobody's thinking of a babe to come up and take control and overtake the powers that be. But the Lord gave you a glimpse of that. Remember with King David? The insignificant, all right, the young lad. They laughed at him. The lions laughed at him. And what he did, he put him down through the spirit. Then when it cut his head off, man, that was a heavy moment, man. You know, and he had the spirit of the Lord was on him. And that's going to help him now, all right? We the insignificant. What's that, 1 Corinthians? The Lord have chosen the base, the weak things, to confound the mighty.
I got it.
You got that? Yeah, come.
1 Corinthians 1 and 27.
That's it.
But Yahawah hath chosen the foolish things.
Start on one.
Start at 1 and 1.
No, start on one verse.
1 Corinthians 1 and 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, are there not many wise men after the flesh?
Right. Yeah, meaning, when they say after the flesh, meaning those who have the accolades of this world. You know, they might have the paperwork of the so-called white man in the form of a degree, a bachelor's degree, a doctor's degree, and the people would consider them to be wise. But the Lord didn't choose that. All right? Go ahead.
Not many mighty.
And not many mighty as well. Because if someone mighty, then when, you know, they escape a situation, then you are attributed to their might. You know, Mike Tyson got through the first week of the famine because, you know, he was knocking niggas out. But the Lord didn't choose that. All right, go ahead.
Not many.
By your might now, cancel out YAHAWASHI. What scripture say that the power of the Lord is made known in the weakness? Right? Go ahead.
Not many noble are called.
Yeah, you know, those who have somewhat status in this world, you're not going to see them doing the work of YAHAWASHI, man. Yeah.
You can't idolize them either. People who as noble in this world got the most bread, got the most clout, got the most. They can get free VIP access anywhere they want. They ain't out here, man. They ain't got the wisdom that leadeth unto salvation. They ain't got the knowledge. They ain't got what it takes. Not many noble. Not many. Right? It says are called. So they're not even called. You know the scripture say many are called, few are chosen. It said, but Yahawah had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. The foolish things of the world is what you watch, what you're looking at. We fools for YAHAWASHI's sake, right? So what that means is we don't have the highest paying jobs, all right? We not nobility. Again, we not the mighty ones. We're not in the UFC just knocking everybody out. We just humble brothers who get their daily bread, man. The Lord chose the foolish things of this world, meaning the ones who the world don't see it coming from. The world would never look for us to get this work. Once again, we did. This is the medium here. This is the media. This is the media station right here. It's all going through the Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. The Lord opens up our minds and He gives it to the rest. We the media. Y'all brothers, the brothers who teach this word are the media. The world ain't looking for us, man. We not what their media is supposed to look like. Especially not the media that comes from on high. They already chose what the media look like that come from on high. It look like your pastors and your preachers. It look like Dr. King. It look like businessmen, right? Suit and tie. It looks like men that with bishops and cardinals. That's who the world has chosen to be men of the Lord. So, but the Yahawah had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, right? And to confound me. Matter of fact, can brother just look that word up? Say to confound the wise, or foolish to confound the wise. It's on 1 Corinthians 1:27.
Foolishness of preaching, man.
They ain't looking for us, man. That's why they can walk right by. Not here. We can set up, we can have depictions of everything that we talking about. That's not good enough because we're not who they support. We're not who they looking for. Yeah. Not us. First of all, you got some color to you. That's number one. They don't associate our people with the people of the Lord anyway. They still think it's a so-called Jews over there in Israel. Go ahead.
Confound the wise, it means confound to dishonor, disgrace, to put to shame.
Put to shame. You know?
Make a shame.
To make a shame. The foolish brothers with this word is making a shame to the wise. The wise is guys like vocab. All these philosophers and biblical scholars and popes and everybody that's down with the 501c3 Baptist churches and AME. That's all. Anybody that picks up a Bible and considers themselves a teacher is being confounded. We confound them. The Lord using brothers to confound them. They can't go into the different words and etymology and break down the mark. They don't know what it is. They unbalanced. So it says, and Yahawah had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. All right? So you're going to have you're going to have the powerful of this world, the mighty of this world, the noble of this world, the strong of this world, who they don't have the things. What Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is using us to confound them. We, the powerless, right? We the weak, right? But that's a miracle right there in itself. Is that the lesser is confounding the greater. Because you can walk around and consider yourself a fool for Yahawah's sake. That's what we are. We ain't the mighty out here. We're not the noble out here. We're not. Unless you're part of the rich elite families, banking family, you're not the noble. Right? You're the powerless. You're the fools. According to these scriptures, that's confounding the wise. That's not supposed to happen. Only on Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI's terms can that happen. He's the power that said, how can one chase 1,000? Right? Unless, basically, I'll be your rock. Unless I'm for you. I'm with you. Got it.
Hey, let him finish that right now.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, let's finish that right now.
It says, but Yahawah hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And Yahawah hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
And the things which are mighty. Right? That's what he did. So he chose the elect. Lord willing, we are part of that number. You know, the lowly of these people to confound these people. Job 9:24 said the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. So we're standing up in these people's world. You know, coming from the hoods, you know, no education according to this world. You know, slaves. That's it. Slaves, coming from being slaves.
Yeah.
To confound these people, man. Not even know how to write your own damn name. My grandmama used to write an X. She knew how to write her own name, man. We coming out of that to confound these people, man. And hey, that's Isaiah 60:2, man. The glory of the Lord shall be seen, shall rise upon thee.
And that light shall shine upon thee.
And that light shall shine upon thee.
Rise.
That's it. Isaiah 16:1. Form Yasha'Allah. Meaning what? Come up out of that dead state. What is that? First Samuel 2 and 5. Is it from the dunghill? From the dust, man. From the confusion. Calling himself a so-called African American. Man, that's confusion at its finest. We brought it out the other week.
Right.
Go ahead.
The motherland. You're deep. About the motherland. You know you got a bug. You got a bug out on your hand.
Say, and base things of the world, and the things which are despised. And it says in base things of the world.
Base things and the lowest. We the lowest of the lowest. Especially not just Israel, because that's an assessment, right? When you make an assessment, our people, at the bottom. But really, the elect amongst Israel, we are viewed as the lowest, man. The offspring, what they call the offspring?
Offspring of this world.
Offspring of this world, man. Because we speak against it. Our people, although they're at the bottom, they in compliance with the so-called white man. They shoot each other, all right, selling dope to each other, doing everything the so-called white man needs to do. So they cool. What makes us the lowest of the lowest, because we speak out against it, man. See? And can I say real quick, the scripture say, he set over it the bases of men. Now, right now, that's applying to Esau. Esau is in power, right? But that also going to apply to us. We're going to be the basis of men that's going to be set up. Yeah, come on.
It's the book of Barak 11. And I'm going to jump down to verse 5. It says, many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of hath won the crown.
Right, the one that was never thought of have won the crown. What's that dealing with? The basis of men. All right? Those that have no strength in our hands. And what I mean by that, we don't have a military presence, man. We don't have a seat on the UN. We don't have no influence to, write legislation to benefit us, man. Everything is against us.
They don't even let us talk in the churches, man. At least you would think that the church would be like, well, let them brothers out there come inside here and discuss with us. When we go inside these churches, man, they're going to call 911. They despise you. You only call 911 on somebody that's the most criminal, low life you could think of, man. You ain't going to call the police unless he's the most lowest, despised person you can think of, man.
Right. Yeah. You feel threatened, you know what I mean?
That's what they'll do on us. Yeah. They call police on us all the time.
Yeah, they did a few times, and the police shoot them down like, man, they ain't doing nothing wrong. Yeah. The Lord with us, man. We doing the bidding of YAHAWASHI. That trumps the cops.
Hath Yahweh chosen, yea, and the things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
Right. And what's the things that are the so-called white men? That's the reality. Hey, that's why our people can't get on board and fully commit, because they see this man ruling. They see Edomite's face on the dollar bill that they coveted so much. They see, the offices that they got to get walked into for a deal or a contract. The so-called white man sitting behind this thing. So that was scripture men when they said those that are, right? Who is not us. Because you don't see no power in us. We're not a symbol of power, man. And that's another thing for you Israelites. You push that spirit out there like we didn't made it, You're an Israelite. You see, like the social media Israelites, man. Motherfuckers, showing off they dinner and shit. But they had like an Israelite woman with the head wrapped. And she had lamb and shit. Shalom. You know what I'm saying? No, we have been conquered. The current status of Israel, the current state, we are officially conquered. We have been subdued. We're in subjection to our enemies, man. The Edomites. And I was telling Ahtham that the other day we was out about how really these Edomites, when you kind of grow a little in the spirit, right? But you find out they interested. Edomites interested. That's the people that King David, that's the people that the Lord got a beef with, man. You see them. It's like seeing a dinosaur.
You know, Esau often got a thing for extinct animals, but really they gonna be the ones extinct. And really, this is the Babylonian experience. You really supposed to suck it up, seeing how these Edomites shit. Edomites, man, there they go. Yeah, they the most famous people in the scriptures beside Israel in the elect.
Joe said they have seen him.
It's gonna be all the people. That's heavy right there. Yeah.
That's gonna be a story.
Yeah. You saw it. Edomite, yeah. You saw it. Yeah. So they used to really eat red meat and stuff. Yeah, they did. They pop each other.
It's Rock 27, and then we jump down to verse 24. It says, I have hated many things, but nothing like him, for the Lord will hate.
Yeah, for the Lord will hate. So that shows you that these people, man, these are the most hated people. All right? That's the people whom the Lord have an indignation with forever. What's that? Is that Malachi? The people in which the Lord have an indignation with them. See? Right? So, you know, being around these devils, man, you know, it's interesting. You see wickedness at its height. You know, this is a teacher moment. The elder YAHAWAH back in the day, you know, the report, they say he'd always say that. You know, in order for us to learn righteousness, we must first learn wickedness. And a crash course in wickedness, one-on-one, is with the so-called white man. It's the height of wickedness. This is how you find out what wickedness is. But first, that we firsthand got experience now of the wicked and how they move and how not to move. All right? You got something?
Okay. This is Psalms chapter 37 and verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself.
Yeah, read that again.
Right. I have seen the wicked in great power.
Right, the wicked in great power. Now, if you pay attention to that, that also places the so-called white man the scene of the crime. All right? Because that great power goes into, you know, the height of these different rulerships, regimes that rose and fall, have rose and fallen out of power. Now, that word great, that's why you have Babylon the Great, man. All right? You say great power. So you think it's a coincidence now you have America, Babylon the Great. And who governs over the wicked? But the wicked isn't as random as one might think. Right? There is the wicked, there's a source. Well, can you give me that real quick? 14th chapter, I believe is yeah, get that real quick.
Hey, real quick, that's why the scripture said, what have the wicked have done to declare my statute?
Yeah.
We ain't never finished it, but yeah. See?
Yeah,
because I only gave it to Israel.
Like this guy Gates, Bill Gates. I think we was watching when we played the clip with the overpopulation, and he was trying to make sense of killing everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no, he was trying to present a case for depopulating the world. The fuck, you know what I mean? He had the chart. He had it, he had to sit down to a science.
He got like 12% of America land,
farmland,
taken on his own. Right? Hey, you know what? It was the Big Guy, another Big Guy from New York. He said that that's Esau's trick on your mind to think that if we keep growing at these numbers, the earth is too small, but there's plenty of land out here. If he was it's just greedy men. And that's Esau. He's just a greedy man. Esau they say he covered after fields, right? His heart is not with the
like other men.
Habakkuk. His heart is not fulfilled. Right?
He has the grade.
Yeah, I definitely say he's like the grade.
That's
great. Because the grade, that's even saying that the best business to get into funeral business. Somebody gonna die, especially in Jake. Somebody, a nigga die every day.
That's heavy.
Somebody get that Michael too.
Hey, you never go out of business, man.
That's Esau, man.
You never can fulfill Esau's desire, man. You know, Job 9:24, right? He got the earth in his whole hand, but he still wants your soul.
That's a devil.
That's a fucking devil, man. He's greedy, man. At the pinnacle of greed, man. He got
he got his face on the money, you know.
Want your kids. He wants control of your kids. They can change their sex and take hormone pills.
Yeah, he wants your soul. He wants your
He
soul.
wants your family.
Souls
He
of
wants
man.
your wife.
Yeah, the souls of men.
Yeah, this nigga want everything, man.
Your land.
Yeah.
I mean, he don't want your consciousness, bro.
Yeah.
He wants your very being. And the top of that, he want to be the Most High.
Because the Most High got everything.
See that?
That's why he wants
You
it.
see what I'm saying? That's why he want it.
This nigga want the planet. He want to go to Mars now.
That's it right there. That's it. Yeah, man.
He want to colonize Mars. Sick guy, man. Matter of fact, before we go, let's get this real quick.
God, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 30, verse 15. It says, the horse leech have 2 daughters, crying, give. There are 3 things that are never satisfied. Yeah, 4 things say not, it is enough.
Right, yeah, the horse leeches. And that's a blood sucker, by the way. Right? That's the so-called way, man. Give, man. The nigga can never get enough. Right? Boy gave this nigga the reins over the planet Earth. And he want to go out in the fucking space, man. Yeah, go ahead, huh?
It says the grave in the barren womb.
Yeah, the grave and the barren womb is pretty much the same. Go ahead.
The earth that is not filled with water, and the fire that say not, it is enough.
Yep. That's what the power, you know. When you set off a fire, it's going to devour you. It's going to keep, yeah. So that's the so-called white man. You cannot satisfy this man. All right, this bitch got everything. Excuse me, let me get this, man. He conquered you, right? But now he want to keep you in further derision through legislations and laws. He want to keep you further oppressed. He want to kill you. He want to depopulate you. He already see it. Those scriptures say, you set your hand against he that was at peace with you, man. That's driven by what? Greed. All right, go ahead.
Because this is Micah chapter 2 and verse 2. They covered fields.
Right, they covered fields, man. That was what the top of it.
Because 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity.
Right, that's dealing with the so-called white man. Because he gets off on setting traps and snares and pitfalls, man. That's why he's known as the cunning hunter. Which America, his system really is considered a pit. You know? A pit is where you're snared, you're caught, man. It's equivalent to a jail. Yeah, the system. And where the system goes back to the pit. That's why you hear Jake say, "I'm caught up in the system." Yeah, that's it. This is a net. That's
That's a form of systematic oppression. So where first thing you want to do is put some goddamn food in your mouth. You ain't got no discipline. Now, okay, ain't nothing wrong with eating, but damn, at least if you're gonna be in that mindset, it's about what you eat. At least be conscious about what you eat. Yeah, don't be a glutton eater even on what you be eating lettuce. But don't goddamn sit there and just eat hedge after hedge after hedge after hedge. A whole goddamn pull up a whole thing.
Yeah, right there.
You know? See that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna speed it up.
Yeah, ordering some shit.
Yeah. Ordering some shit.
He got a grease stain. Yeah.
It's all about a balance, man.
That boy dropped some.
That's why they call it. That's why they call it a balanced diet, man. You gotta have a balance, even with what your feet going on.
Well, yeah, you know, ain't no discipline out there. But even past that, right? Everything out here is a snare and a trap. See, if it wasn't for YAHAWASHI, it was like you was in this wilderness and you saw a slither of light. And you paid attention to it and you kept following that light until you saw a way out of here, man. Over. That's the spirit. Oh, that other stuff? Oh, that's it. Bigger, better, sweeter. See that?
And that's the mindset, man. That's why your body bigger, better, but
It is sweet.
You're right. It is. You're right. It's sweet for the muscles. You know what I mean?
That's another thing about the consumption of the food out here. What they putting in the food, there's a lot of estrogen in this food. And that's why you got a lot of 12, 11-year-old, 10-year-old girls looking like they're 22. Then you got a lot of soy products in the food. That soy great estrogen. Now you got, you know,
Plastic.
remember as Jesus' brother said, these freaking foods ain't helping, man.
Yellow fire. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Set up.
No, no.
Yo, I mean,
no fiber.
hey, man.
Shit don't break down.
That shit starts in the ground, man. It starts in the ground, right? It starts in the ground, man. See, if you got polluted groundwater, what makes you think that the foods that bring all the nutrients to you, what makes you think they're gonna be high? Hey, that's like when the scripture speaks about the good ground, or the different ground, right? That house the seed, which is the word, right? Which ground house? So y'all, brothers, which ground house the seed the best?
Good soil.
Say it again.
The good ground.
The good ground, right? But why the good ground? Because that ground got what it takes to house the seed. It got the proper nutrients to house, you know what I'm saying, to house the seed. And on the kernel sense, yeah, for the cultivation of the seed. But on the other hand, hey, shit, neighborhood that man probably know me and his brother, and these two brothers right here, the neighborhoods we grew up around, everything was polluted. The ground was polluted, right? So, oh, hell no. That's nowhere in America. That's nowhere Esau ruled.
About food come from areas where they keeping the land Sabbath.
No.
Land Sabbath was important because it gives the land rest so that it can get its nutrients back in the field for being cropped. How long? 7 years?
7 years. But the wicked thing about the area that I'm talking about, even if they did keep the land Sabbath, bro, it still wouldn't be no good.
Urban language.
Because just because of the pollution, because of factors out there. Yeah, because of Esau. And so you can blame because of Esau.
But it was so bad, but they had to bring in a big settlement.
I'm talking about it was that bad.
But they had to, for all everything you think of,
Everything.
asbestos,
Everything.
yeah. Right. Yeah, you weren't even born with probably asthma before they left. You just grew up and picked it up because you live in that area.
Isaiah 2:5. The earth also is the fire under the heavens thereof.
Yeah, read that again.
Isaiah 24 and 5. The earth also is the fire under the heavens thereof.
Right, so the defiling of the earth, right, is based upon those who rule over it. That's why the scripture said the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. So the reason why the planet Earth is in this condition, chemtrails, the air quality is poor, man. What you breathing and killing you, right? The water, all right? That's because of the ones that rule and govern over the earth. See that? Oh, you got these animals beaching themselves, right? Like they just jumping out of the water, like
Falling out the air.
Yeah, falling out the air.
Chemtrails.
Yeah.
Ain't that funny. They ran into a cloud of freshly baked chemtrails. Problems didn't know it, man. Problems flying behind the plane, bro, man. This hey, man. Well, that's another one. Sending that vibration up, man. And see, certain frequencies can do that to an animal. Certain frequencies that the animal is not privy of, it can do that to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's sword, man.
That's war.
The sword of Esau rages. Not just in the traditional sense, weaponry, right? Missiles. No, that sword is the CDC is a place for storing weapons. Those different diseases is weapons, man. Once they release, right? That's the sword, man. Those chemtrails. Oh, McDonald's. That's a form of the sword. See, the food that you eat. Yeah, that's it, brother. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Chemical warfare. Hey, that's the so-called white man reasons through war. Right there, the whole time.
The massive destruction.
Yep. Master of disaster. That's how he reasoned through his war. Go ahead, bro.
Because they have transgressed the laws and changed the ordinance.
Hey, real quick. Man, somebody get that Job 10. You know what I'm talking about. Real quick, read that again up. Hey, that's the spirit, man. Esau, you know, when we were talking about earlier about the pork and
Yeah, he transgressed the law.
the transgressor laws, man. Everything that Esau Edelman, when you really pay attention in the spirit, everything Esau Edelman set up as a law, it is going against the true law.
To combat the true
It's
law.
to combat the true laws, man.
Hey, like the elder said, the land Sabbath. Now, when you come over, prior to the so-called white man fingerprint being over this place, the natives used to practice that.
Right. They migrate.
Yeah, they would migrate. They wouldn't squat on one area for so long. After so long, they'll work the land and they'll move on, man. Understanding that the whole land was theirs anyway, you know. But Esau being on the clock, it's equivalent to a nigga breaking into you're a bank robber, you got the clock, you're a professional robber. So you trying to get everything you can, because you know.
You on time.
You on time. That's how the sophisticated.
Hey, that's how they do it. Everybody synchronize their watches.
Motherfucker come down, motherfucker drill a hole in the bank, come down, and then be some nerve Edomites.
That's the one.
They take pride. They try to demonize Jake. Jake get in a shootout over 8 ball.
Real talk.
8 ball came up this.
Real talk.
And
2-5.
Yeah,
it might not even be an 8 ball. It might be a 2-5.
Esau cut a hole in a bank and come down on they had to sit side.
Call it a hike.
Real talk.
Everybody synchronize their watches. And they on the clock.
Remember that?
That's why the so-called white man right now is trying to seize everything, because he on the clock.
That's it.
When he came over, you know, he knew this wasn't his. He was committing a heist.
People rob his spoils.
Right.
Right. Hey, you supposed to walk through this society feeling like you spoil every day. Like you spoil, not spoil rotten, you spoil all your stuff, all your goods been taken.
Right.
Ain't no way impossible that we live in a society that they consider the greatest place on earth. You don't have nothing to show for it. Grant everybody you know on welfare, food stamps, man.
Well, been there. The richest nigga you know.
Right. Yeah, been the richest.
He helped the men on welfare.
Yeah.
Go ahead, huh? Hold on, real quick. You know, real quick, like the spirit, with the brother going into, they took even your nationality.
Nationality, number one. Your heritage.
They took your, when you lost everything, then all of a sudden all you had was hope, right? We found out we was Israelite, now we got hope. He want to take that. He want to say, no, everybody come in on it. When we finally find something that's for us, now he want to say, nope, it ain't just exclusive for you, it's for everybody.
Hey, so that's why he did what he did. That's why he claimed, he knew the heritage to claim. He ain't say, I'm a Hamite. Oh, I'm this and no, he said, I'm Esau. No, he said, I'm an Israelite. He went in there and said, we the true Israelite. Going back what the other brother said. I'm the chosen. Because he knew what the claim. That dude, hey.
That's a sick dude. Matter of fact, before y'all get that, let him finish this off.
This is like
Malachi chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Right, so everything that you see, it was signed off on by power. All right? When you see the wickedness here on the planet Earth, and mainly on display here in America, that's not as random as you think. All right, the LGBTQXYZ, right, which is an offense against the Bible. All right, that was signed off on. Yeah, go ahead.
God, it says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away.
And read that one more time.
God, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
They covet fields, see, and take them by violence. Okay, you don't have to look no further than America to see that. This man coveted what we had, and he took it. And that even goes back to what's that? The Indian Removal Act. Well, them devils, they say, you know what, we feel, you can look it up. They say, no, we feel like we deserve that land. Which they was right in a sense because prophecy had to be fulfilled, you know. But it just showed the mentality. Then all of a sudden, you look out, you got 4 or 5 Edomites squatting on your land, and you come back, and it's a 2 more. All of a sudden, cavalry come in with a letter. Yeah, this they land now.
Well,
It says, and take them by violence.
see, and they take them by violence. All right, this man's history is riddled with violence. See, as they see. Okay.
Yeah, the song called on the only good Indian is the dead.
Yeah. Wow. Well, they got pictures, man, where, you know, the buffalo, it's a mountain of skulls. You got that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mountain of skulls. He saw basking in the glory of just hunting and killing, man.
So they did that to starve out the Gadites out there. They knew Gad was eating off of buffalo, so they slaughtered every buffalo they saw. So it was a mountain of skulls, like the birth depiction was. That was only to starve out. They only did that, slaughter the animals to starve out. So this type of person, a reputation.
That was a classic case of a so-called white man.
Right,
He did that in Rome for like 7 to 8 weeks. He starved out Israel.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it again. That's why you see Bill Gates with his man-made family and that hate that they have out there. These devils, man. That's just because they acknowledge it. You know, this city here is like a civil. It's really a blotch. It's a stain on our legacy. Especially if you go down to the little civil rights park. They got the Edomites looking heroic. It's supposed to be a park for, you know, to commiserate our fall as a, the Kelly English. If you go take to the statue. Yeah, they got the Robo cop, Terminator cop got an Israelite by his neck. And they think that we're supposed to be flattered, like as you coming through, looking. Fuck you, man. Hey, let me say something real quick before you get in there. But I want to say something. Birmingham is pretty much a monument, right? It's a memorial. People just look around, but when you look at certain statues, certain buildings, right? It's a memorial of them conquering Israel. Yeah, come on. Good. Hey, real quick though. Just like the other brother was saying, right? Even when you go down to the original courthouse, all right, which is the place that you go get your tag, blah blah blah. That's the original courthouse. When you look at it, a lot of people don't know this. Not just the mirror when you walk in through the metal detector. Not just the mirror that's on the right, which represents the old South and the new South. You got actual Roman chisel art, if you want to call it that. Now, the Romans did their art when they chiseled, which they got it from Jake. But I'm saying when you chisel anything, and you chisel the original 3D the 3D sculpture in a flat canvas, which means you take a marble flat canvas and you make a 3D depiction out of it by chiseling it. And when you go down there and look on the four corners of the building, all around the building, which is your justice. This is where you get your justice in Thomas Jefferson County. You got actually Roman centurions holding Jake by their neck. Represents everything that Kelly Ingram was going to represent even before it was a Kelly Ingram. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about Romans holding these curly-haired, muscular people by the neck. That showed the pride of Esau. That's something serious. And that showed the intense battle that go back to Jacob and Esau, man. They like a real quick, like you have many coins, you have the Ark of Titus, right? I think it's a representative. That's it. One of the poems. And all different places, right? And that go all the way back to the Flavian dynasty, man.
Celebrated, man.
They celebrated country, man.
Yeah. America got big off of the celebration of taking down Israelites. Don't get it twisted. They picked up where the Romans left off with capturing Jake. And they celebrated for it, man. You got
it. Good. It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
Right. See, that's the point. They coveted. Right? It's not there. They coveted. So their desire was not there. And it's not yours, then you just take it by violence. You don't say, hey, can we
purchase, you know, some land here or go ahead.
And houses, and take them away, so they oppress a man and his house.
Right, they oppress. See, that place Esau had to say it on the time. You oppressed us in our house, man. All right, go ahead.
Even a man and his heritage.
See, even a man and his heritage. So this man actually covered it after your heritage, man. Yeah. See?
This is on from Google. It says on broken. The article is called "Broken Promises on Display at Native American Treaties Exhibit." For centuries, treaties had defined the relationship between the Native American nations and the U.S. More than 370 ratified treaties have helped the U.S. expand its territory and led to many broken promises made to American Indians.
So let's show you how these devils get down. They bring you into a contract just to bind you so they can pay you. And man, like the brother mentioned, like the scars, right? You're going to Wounded Knee. Also, for example, Yosemite Park, that word Yosemite, when you go into it, means the killers. They named it that because Esau slaughtered everybody up in that, all the natives in that land, man. I mean, in that area.
Hey, the word Boy Scout, the scouting.
Scouts, yeah.
The scouts was natives that they used to hire to natives that they used to hire against each other. So they would hang up in the mountains with rifles, just shoot down natives anytime they seen them. And they was their own. So they turn your own people against you. That's part of the divide and conquer.
What I named
They had the Buffalo Soldiers as well. Pocahontas.
What was her name? I forgot the broad who was down.
Pocahontas.
Yeah. I think that's the story on her. Yeah, she helped do it. And also, like, they had bounties. The information out there, they had bounties on for like scalps of. They was doing that shit, man. They tried to flip it on the natives and shit, man. Yeah, the red man. Yeah, them girls got a lot of pay for it. I never seen that. Right. I know it's a little more than that.
Joel chapter 10, verse 21. It says, before I go whence, I shall not return, even to the land of darkness.
Read it again,
Come, Joel chapter 10, verse 21. It says, before I go whence, I shall not return, even to the land of darkness.
Which is America, a land of darkness, man. This is the place, matter of fact, in Isaiah 60 chapter, gotta get it. You know, you mentioned it, you gotta get it. You know, you're trying to quote it and all that, just get the scripture and read it. Go ahead.
Good, this is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1.
Right.
Arise, shine.
Go straight to the point.
Good. Verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
Yeah, so that darkness has covered the earth, man. Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. It's that darkness that has covered the earth. Because Esau is the scripture says, as the ruler, so shall be the people. So the ruler is darkness itself, man, which is Esau, which represents misunderstanding, man, which is the opposite of YAHAWASHI. Go ahead,
Yeah. It says, cover the earth and gross darkness to people. It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth and gross darkness to people. Bro, Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord.
Right, so arise, shine, glory, read it again.
Bro, arise, shine, for thy light is
so
come.
arise, shine, for thy light is come. All right, shine meaning what? The only way you're going to shine is if you have received light. The only way you can put forth light. What was just talking about that? You know, there's something out there, one brother. What we just talking about that? That's the only way you're going to put forth light. That's the point of the example of the darkness. Right. And guess what? This is the light overtaking that darkness. You know, like the other brother said, man, keep on going, man.
Huh? It said, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon
So
thee.
you see an example of the glory of the Lord because we have received the light. Now we're putting forth the light.
when you go into that word light, it means to exalt, it means to teach, to admonish.
Yeah, 'cause light is like God's light. It's like a radiation. But yeah, you know that light is like a radiation. I mean, it's like what's called that radiation?
Reflection. You said it right. You radiate. You radiating light. You saying it right. You saying it right.
Radiation. It radiates.
Yeah, you radiating the light. It's just like you got a mirror here, and then you got another mirror here, and this mirror deflects the light off of this mirror, but the main source of that light is coming from the sun. So that beam gonna hit that mirror, hit this mirror, and that mirror gonna deflect it out into the world. You see what I'm saying? So that's us. That first is, which is the Most High. Then you got YAHAWASHI, and we being that mirror to YAHAWASHI, deflecting the express image, being in the likeness. Why are we in the likeness? Because it goes back to St. John the 15th chapter. The things that was made known of the Most High unto YAHAWASHI, it was made known unto us. We being that light, we're reflecting that light, which is the understanding that YAHAWASHI is giving unto us, unto everybody else. How we're doing that? Just through our words. That's why when you go into that word, it says to teach. See what I'm saying? To teach. When you read Ezekiel the 3rd chapter in the 17th verse, it speaks about warn them from me. When you go into that word warn, it goes back to shining that light. It goes back to teaching or admonishment, warning. Even when you look at an actual warning sign, the elder always go into it. Right now, if you look at that light right now, that's a warning sign, that red light. That means what? Stop. Skirt. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah. And that's what we telling you. You know, when it comes to this world, skirt, pump them brakes, ho. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to get away from that. Because it's going to destroy you, man. To flee from it. It's a warning from it. Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, which represents a warning sound. Go ahead,
Good. It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
And we can see that. Those that have the eye salve, we can see. It says, for behold, the darkness have covered the earth. And we can see it. We're the only ones. Why we can see the darkness? Because we got that pinhole of light. It only takes a pinhole of light to illuminate a place that is total darkness. That's a miracle. We those little dots of light. That's why YAHAWASHI said, will I find faith when I come? Meaning what? You're going to find light in total darkness. Okay, damn. Let's go ahead and I mean, it's going to be a dot. Because the scriptures, go ahead, read it. It's going to tell you.
Good. It says, and gross darkness
in people. Gross darkness. It ain't just said darkness. It says gross darkness, meaning like in the time of Egypt. That's darkness so thick that, hey, I don't give a fuck, you got a high beam flashlight, you can't see through it. You know what I mean? Like they say in the world, you can cut it with a knife. That's how thick that darkness is. And that's the darkness that have covered, which is this scripture is talking about covering our people, man. They really believe the same one that beat them to death is their savior, man. People, I mean, our people, only our people will war against us about this image. That's an example of the gross darkness. Our people actually think this is their savior. But you actually see the actual man that this image was created after, and they still can't get it. That's gross darkness. That was given by YAHAWASHI, man. That's a scary thing, man. Go ahead,
It says, but the Lord, YAHAWASHI, shall arise upon thee.
Separation, that's the balance. Gave you gross darkness, but he actually gave you those pinholes of light. So go back over here. In Job 10 chapter.
Well, Job 10.
So that's just an example of the gross darkness that Job 10 chapter is speaking of. And this is Job actually speaking of him being here in these times, man. He's talking about reincarnation here, man. Why is Job talking about these signs right now way back then? Why? Because he was going to be here, man. What did the Most High tell Daniel? Shut up this book. All right? That's right. He came right back in John the Revelator. Go ahead.
God. St. John 10:21. Before I go whence, I shall not return.
Right.
Even to the land of darkness.
Yeah, that's twofold, man. It's talking about the actual grave, but which is death, but it's actually talking about futuristic too, man. Which is right now. Job is talking about right now. Go ahead.
It says, and the shadow of death.
And the shadow of death, meaning death follows you everywhere, man. that dark, not just that physical dark, creepy thing that follows you around. When the sun is shining at an angle, that's talking about death. 1,000 ways to die, right? That's a miracle. You ought to always go into it, man. Hey, man, this is not the place that you can just say a horse can kick you in the head, or a mule, or a camel, or a donkey can kick you in the head, or you can die from hydration out in the desert. Those was in the ancient times. Right now, you can die from lead poison. Motherfucker be like, what come from the ancient world to my lead? What is that? Lead poison? What is lead? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, just from the various ways you can die. That's why this is the shadow of death, man. Waves of death. That's it. The ways of death are varied now, man. It ain't one way you can die from now. It's ways that one would even never thought of. Ways that one even thought of in the ancient times. Go ahead, huh? You got it.
Say great deal.
That's it, bro. At its height. At its height. That's what it means by great. At its height. The pinnacle of it. The pinnacle of the substance. Go ahead, huh?
He saw a great sword.
That's it. A great sword. And that great sword now, I mean, man, you could take a sword. You probably can kill two at a time. You know, you stick with one, and that perfection of that sword can enter into the second, or you can do it with a beheading. But now you got a sword that can drop in one area and can kill others hundreds of miles away. That great sword, man. That's Esau being in his pinnacle. And at the end of the day, the Most High through YAHAWASHI gave it unto him. But Isaiah 54. Yeah, Isaiah 54. Yeah, I created the swim. Go ahead, huh?
It says a land of darkness.
Yeah, and a land of darkness, meaning a whole kingdom full of darkness, man. A whole inhabitant, a whole place full of darkness, man. Go ahead.
And can I say that proves too that Job wasn't just exclusively talking about, you know, you can read the story of Job where he was crying out in the bitterness of his soul about God.
Praise Jesus.
That's a kingdom. That's our land of darkness right there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. YAHAWASHI got to make a point. YAHAWASHI got to make a point. Right.
Yeah, it'd be like being in a scary horror house.
Right.
Yeah, most of the jump out the closet. That was just that.
That's it.
Land of darkness. And cool. Yeah, that was it.
We was some damn church niggas. We would have said, that's right,
yeah,
brother.
Right. Amen. Yeah. Hold it on our shut up. Start speaking in tongue now. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yeah, man. Goddamn. You hear organ moved by that shit. They like,
The Lord is not my Lord.
I'm telling you, I had to go to the sanctified church, boy. I know. They go in. Well, they go in, boy. They go in. You can hear them 2 blocks away. Y'all know I ain't lying. That's the only reason I went. Sinister. Because the Baptist church did. That's true. It do. Then you got the drum. She the over come with that tambourine. She coming. When we going in.
But you know the collection plate coming now.
I mean, that's true.
That collection plate on the way.
Because you in a good move now. You in a good move now. You know what I'm saying? Your pocket. Start grabbing your pocket.
Go in their pocket right there.
Open it up. Shut down. Hey, open it up. You feeling good now. You know what I'm saying? Pan that plate around.
Now, where do you have that collection plate?
Lord, good. Get $300.
Yeah, they probably, they sent them around, you know, probably sent her probably let off of gas or something.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
It says a land of darkness.
Right.
As darkness itself.
Yeah, as darkness itself. So that goes back, right? Yeah. To America, man. Keep going.
It says,
hey, when it said as darkness itself, you know,
look up that word darkness right there. It gives you an insight of America and what America pretty much promotes, man. It promotes darkness, you know? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, y'all can check it out.
okay.
Tell me when you see yourself on that sign. Tell me if you see yourselves on that sign. When I say see yourselves, this would be the biblical name. This would be the American name. That's corresponding to the biblical name. So see if you see yourself on the same. You get what I'm saying?
That's
You know what I'm talking about? All right. So basically would be what? Would be the American term for those race of people. And the ones that you just said, Issachar, be the biblical term for those people. So you see yourself, that's you. So that's what's up there. That means that you would be from 12 tribes of Israel. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you know anything about the scriptures? Or the
A
Bible?
little bit, not too much. Where does it say, like, I guess could you explain this to me? The real image of Jesus Christ.
That's Jake. That's what I know you. Yeah, that's true. Because, I ain't know it's Jake, because Jake on a rally for Esau. You can make it history. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Yeah, why that? Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, you believe he's white. He's white, right?
No, I don't really know much about it.
Okay,
Everybody always says that he kind of looks like that, so I just.
So
yeah, let's get script on.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm gonna say one thing about that, like you really think about it, just because you're from a certain region, especially now, where the perception of the Middle East is Arab, right? When you really think about it, you could a land don't dictate how you really look and what you might be. Y'all let me tell you. We're in America, this is so-called white, you're a white man. 200 years from now, they say like if you built that building, and they said, I showed a picture of you. Somebody said, no, he couldn't have built it because the white people live there. You know what I'm saying? So, but in reality, the people on this side, that was our land first, before we was invaded by our enemies. So-called white men invaded all our people. The history is well recorded. What he did to our people over here, the Israelites took the land, northern, central, and South America. Raped, ravished, killed our people, and they demonized you there, so you can't come over here and want to build a wall. You know, that's because he's your arch enemy and nemesis. The scriptures speak about that. You read will understand, but we're gonna get this for you right here. Yeah.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, and verse 13. It reads, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a girdle.
Right, so as we read, you can look at this image and you see where it's accurate in the assessment of the image.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Right, his head and his hair, facial hair and his head, is white as wool. So that's a check, we can check that off. But
as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
right, we know like brass, we know color brass. Right?
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a
So
furnace.
let's say if you take brass and then on top of that you burn it in a furnace, this is the color you get. Right now, if you had to put your money on it, you wouldn't place the bet on this image. Just what we read on the scripture.
Yeah.
You know? But you know, this was psychologically put up there, right? Because think about it. In interest, first the conflict of interest, if you will. If I'm in power, let's say if I'm this man, I'm in power, right? And I have conquered certain people. I can't say I want you to pay tribute to me. By the way, the God of the universe looks like you. You know what I mean? Then at that point, I wouldn't be able to teach the people that day. I wouldn't be able to have a stronghold on them. I would give them hope. So I had to put this image up too. You know? Oh, you talking to us, Brian? Oh, you on the phone?
No, I'm talking to y'all were looking at me, so I started talking.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was.
Daniel chapter 10.
Man of God.
Chapter 10, and darkness itself.
Daniel chapter 10 and verse 4. It's like verse 5. It said, then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold and Euphad. His body also was like the barrel, and his face as the appearance of lightning, his eyes as the lamp of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
So in Revelation, it gave you the teeth color, and that right here, the arm, like brass. You know? So you got a penny in your pocket. He know brass. Okay, go ahead. No, the teachings of Jesus is like everybody can be saved. The teachings of YAHAWASHI is vengeance and paying back those who conquered other people. Pretty much in a nutshell.
It's the story of the Israelites.
Hey, really, this, what the brothers give it to you is biblical, right? Meaning like,
the only thing I know about like the Bible.
See, that's what I'm finna get at. See, that's what I'm finna get at. See, what
Because I'm saying like the only thing I know about the Bible is like salvation. There's no other way through.
Right.
So,
well, you know, you can apply it here too because it's in the Bible, but the only thing with Jesus is the spirit that comes with Jesus' spirit, and that's the world can come in on each other. Now, I'm going to say something real quick too.
so you're saying like not everybody can come in?
Not everybody can come in. Not according to the Bible. Yeah, that's the mysteries of the Bible. Matter of fact, let me get something from real quick. Matthew the 13th chapter.
That was like, no, that was the doctrine of Roman Catholics, basically. It was a doctrine that came after you call Jesus, I was child, that's the Hebrew name. It was a doctrine that came after. Right? He came to teach his people.
So y'all don't believe that the Messiah come?
Yeah, we believe he came. I just said, so he came already to teach his people. He did come already. He came to teach his people. Right?
Who did he go to? Like he went to he didn't go to the Romans, which the Romans put him to death. They was the so-called white men. That's what put him to
So
death.
like, how do y'all? Like I'm confused because you know how he goes Gentile, like
Right.
Gentiles.
Yeah. You know what a Gentile is? All right, so the New Testament is written in Greek, right? Translated from Greek, right? You go to the word Gentile. The word Gentile, the original word, the Greek word. You know what it is? Just have Helen. Helen meant a Greek or somebody that spoke Greek, but it was different variation. Similar to today, we're all considered what? When you're born in this country, what do they call you? American. What does American look like? Yeah, you can't really pinpoint. You can't look at anybody and say you're an American, right? So the same thing happened during the time of the Greeks. So everybody who was under the Greek span in a way of life was considered a Greek at that time. So Gentiles, the word would mean various things. For one, it would mean other people who are actual Greeks, physical Greeks, like going of that lineage. But then it meant natural Greeks. But then it meant people who were also naturalized into that Greek way of life, and that custom of Greek. It was called the Hellenistic period, dynasty. I'm sure you know about it, right? Just like Roman dynasty, Romans, Paul was considered a Roman, right? The Apostle Paul. But he was also an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin. He says that, right? So how is he both at the same time? Because one is like a what would you call it, like a citizenship? It's like dual nationality. But you really only, your seed line determines who you actually are. Like what your father was. That's a seed line. So the Israelites are a seed line. The Lord, who you call Jesus Christ, who the world calls Jesus Christ, he came from a seed line of the Israelites, right? So you said you understand the New Testament, but the Old Testament also tells the story of the whole story, right? And the whole story combined, the Old and the New, tells the story of the Israelites, right? The story of the Israelites. When you're talking about the people of the Bible, Ezekiel, Isaiah, Joseph, David, Moses, who
all Israelites.
They're all Israelites.
All that, can I say?
Yeah.
Why would that be the tone that you set only to spill over into everybody.
In the end.
Because when you read like Psalm 83, it outlines the enemies. Matter of fact, we do something real quick. Let's flip this around. Maybe we can open the brother's mind up a little more. Right? We just showed that the Israelites and the Bible consists of other nations as well. Now, just to add to the elder said, you have two forms of Gentiles. You have Gentiles that's naturally Gentiles, which you would allude to, where you have other nationalities. But then you have Israelites who was considered Gentiles.
Like Timothy.
Right, Timothy.
They had Gentile names, they had Gentile customs, but they didn't realize that they were of the people of Israel. It's like today. Yeah.
Right.
So today, on the other side, it was the 12 tribes of Israel. These are people, we consider the lost tribes of Israel. Even the Lord said, go and wake up. A lot of the biblical language is like wake up, right? The lost tribes.
Come back,
restore, right?
To repent means to come back.
Yeah, repent means to turn back, to be sorry again. The story of the Bible is basically a whole, it's about the Israelites.
Well, can I say something real quick? Yeah. Y'all would be considered Gentiles. Yeah. Let's say like, before we woke up and started identifying and associating ourselves with being Israelites, we were Gentiles. So let's say like you filling out a job application. But you got to ask yourself, why is that? Why I got to do that? It's all in the spirit. When you put on it, you don't probably put Mexican or whatnot, which that's not a nationality in the Bible, right? So really, you're an Israelite. Oh man, we got to turn the time around. It's equivalent to having a talk board. But you see, you would put that on the application. But really, your lineage goes back to Israel, in the particular tribe of Issachar. So you would be a Gentile. You would be a Gentile in the mind. Real quick,
probably got it. Ephesians 2:11. Yeah. Wherefore, remember. And by the way, remember means to put back into your memory. That ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands. Mind you that Israelites was known for their circumcision, to circumcise their skin. That's an Israelite custom, by the way. As you can see now, it's like a worldwide thing in America, maybe. But that was the Israelite custom. That's only something that the Israelites kept. Israelites of Judea, of Jerusalem, in that area, considered anybody who is not circumcised to be a Gentile, even if they came from this lineage of the Jews. So you couldn't just leave Jerusalem and then your 2 family lines down come back and say, well, they didn't consider you a Jew anymore, right?
Because you broke off from the country.
Because you broke off. So in time past, meaning you let me read it one more time.
Can I say something real quick? Not disrespecting them. You celebrated Christmas this past Christmas, right? Yeah. Right. That's officially that made you a Gentile. Because if this is your people, right? You're Israelite. We don't follow the custom of Christmas. That's not in the scriptures. Christmas. So that's a testament of our people. We was conquered by the so-called white man. We was forced to follow his. So like according to y'all, and that makes you a Gentile. So according to y'all, how do y'all get the family? Well, that's another mystery. Give me Matthew 13 chapter real quick. Because let me ask you real quick. I'm going to real quick, right? I'm going to ask you a question real quick too. And I'm going to say this, like, the Gentiles that you read about that could be saved, what we get into, so we can sum it up, it's Israelites that were scattered from their customs and they came back to their inheritance of their forefathers.
They don't know they did.
Right, they didn't know they were Israelites, like we all were. We thought we were African Americans, but we found out we were the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Brothers, we thought they was
our heritage. Back to Israel.
Yeah.
Right. So the slaves that came over here. When you go into the history of West Africans, by the way, you see that a lot of them had Hebrew names, Hebrew customs. When you go into for instance, like the article I just found, or the apostle found it. It was on Ephraim, so-called Puerto Ricans. Over there in Puerto Rico, they found a whole lot of over 800 relics, stones with Hebrew writing on them.
Right. Yeah.
Right. There was the book James the Dead about Native Americans when they came over into this land, they brought a Hebrew interpreter with them. A lot of history lines up with these people being the Israelites. Outside of scriptures, like outside of scriptural history. Artifacts that kind of prove it. Over there in West Africa, they have where they took the slaves from, it's called Fort Judah. Fort Benjamin. Right? Over there in West Africa to this day, they wear French, a lot of them identify as Israelites.
That's the native, they were French people.
That's right. It goes on. French is a custom of Israel.
They follow a lot. Now, back to with your point now, with the heaven thing, real quick, let me get something real quick. Get Matthew 13. Because heaven, because I'm going to ask you real quick before I read it. What's your perspective of heaven? Is the experience, right? Heaven. What would you say heaven is? If I had to say, right, a place, right? Where can you witness that place? Where can you, the only way to that place is how? To die, right? You got to die. See, that's the idea that was incorporated. That's not the case.
Well, I mean, like,
there's no such thing as heaven or hell in the sense of Christianity.
When I have my concept of Christ, heaven is like Christ and then God. So we read the mind, the congregation, or the perspective on own teachings.
Now, you said Christ said that? What is that? Yeah, man cannot enter into the kingdom to be born again. But the kingdom of heaven.
I feel like we can live in the kingdom here, but we need to go to the kingdom spiritually.
Well, that, you know, it's some truth to that. But the kingdom of heaven starts with a teaching. That's why the Lord says the kingdom of heaven is within you. But the kingdom of heaven is actually the next government. Real quick. You got something? Yeah, all right,
the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 2. Right? Remember the perspective of what you said about when he was talking in the beginning. Right? Romans 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So that's what he was saying.
So that's what's happening now. Your mind, you've been introduced to a new idea. So that was written for a reason. The scriptures, which have a prophetic overtone to it, right? It dealt with prophecy. It was foretold that we would be conquered by our enemies. Brought to this land, America is in the scripture, but you're not going to see the word of God. It's known as Babylon the Great, right? Transition to confusion. But it was foretold.
No, it's not our perspective. We're going according to the scripture. That's what I'm telling you.
Because the idea of heaven and hell keep you at bay. Because really, what our people got to understand, everything's about rulership. That's why, matter of fact, let's prove that. You see, you're going to see, right here, we're going to read the scripture. Go ahead, Matthew 13. These are the words of the world. These are the words of the one the world ignorantly knows as Jesus. His name is YAHAWASHI. That's his true name. Go ahead.
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 13. And we start at verse 9.
Yeah.
Who have ears to hear, let them hear.
And that's another mission. Because the Bible wasn't meant for everybody. If being here in America, they teach you this unified, everybody coming together. Yeah, everybody can come together as one. You just put your mind to it. That doesn't apply to the Holy Scriptures. All right? That's why the Lord said, whoever hear to hear, let them hear. You can come up here and ear hustle us, but if you don't understand it, then this ain't for you. All right, go ahead.
And the
This
disciples,
was the secret counsel. The counsel of the Lord was secret. Right. Under the watch of the so-called white man, he promotes a globalization.
It's the same thing on Nebuchadnezzar.
Right.
That's why this is known as mystery Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar in the Old Testament was known to bring everybody together. Right? And what did the Lord do? If he wanted everybody together, it would have happened right then. He confused everybody's school. He gave everybody different language. Right there, he confounded everybody.
That's why right now you have this one world agenda.
Like I feel like I shared some things about
Yeah, because he's the Lord. He ain't got to do that because the way you was conditioned to believe or what you might think is right. Yeah, the Lord the King. Oh, what scripture say? We can tell what the, give me Ecclesiastes the 8th chapter. Yeah, that's just like you don't ask the so-called white man why you can't go into the White House. Oh, you know what I mean? I'm just giving you an example. Yeah, we can easily, that's the thing. We can put the Lord in the box. But our people, or not our people, the perception of the Lord is that he gotta love everybody. Oh look, the Lord a great king. He don't compromise. That's why when you read the scriptures, we brought it out. There's key figures in the scriptures. Why the Lord didn't say to the Egyptians? Give me Malachi the 3rd chapter. When the Lord came to save Moses, right? Why didn't he save the Egyptians? Why did he overthrew them? Why did this Lord?
What would be the answer to his question?
Yeah, I'm asking you that question first. That's how we can move on.
Why did he save the Egyptians?
Yeah, you got to deal with that because you can't say, well, you know,
that's the answer to your question. If you can answer that.
What you're saying, right? Really, it was the choice of the Most High.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I see where you go, but it was the choice of the Most High. It's not what man thinks, how you feeling. He chose these people from the beginning. You can't go up against that. The scriptures, that's the order. That's just the way it is. I understand why. Let's get the scripture. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 8 chapter. Let's let the scriptures. Ecclesiastes 8. We're gonna get back to what you said. I want to make another point.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 4. It says, "Where the word of a king is, there is power."
And that's a true saying indeed. If the king of Babylon, Joe Biden, sends forth another decree that you can't come out the house, or you have to stand 5 feet behind somebody, there's power in that because he's the king. Well, how much more the king of kings? Read that again.
Where the word of a king is, there is power.
And that's why we got the word here, because this trumps any form of jurisdiction out there. We're speaking according to the word. Go ahead.
And who may say unto him, what doest thou?
So you can't question the king. So the Lord got a special people, right? And go to
So basically what I'm saying is, true Israelites, those who will get the revelation, who is that true king. Those who don't get that revelation, which is not true Israelites.
right. And then he just said it. He said that's in Psalms 147. That's actually in the scripture. The Lord shows his word and statutes unto Jacob. Jacob being a buzzword for Israel. Because you got to ask yourself. This is what I wanted to do too, real quick. Get that Matthew 13. Matter of fact, you know what? Since you got that, and somebody can Matthew 13 in the blue letter. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 5 and verse 23. He says, "And said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof."
So the Lord grew all the trees thereof, which by the way, the tree is a metaphor for family too. That's where you get the saying family tree.
Yeah.
All right? But it's talking about literal trees right now. Go ahead.
Thou hast chosen thee only one vine.
Right, so the Lord got one vine. That's just like if you just got that latte. That was your decision. Or you go to a shoe store. Why the Lord got to get every shoe? But you got the luxury of getting what you want. Why the Lord got to make the CD today?
No, Lord. You ain't doing it
no,
right,
Lord. Because that was a smoke screen to keep you in derision. See, this is a very intricate form of teaching too that you can't get in one setting either. You're gonna have to come out here every weekend to get the gravity of the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Because the church teaches you to have an emotional approach where you love everybody, and at that point you just can be comfortable. See what you're gonna find out, everything centers around rulership. Go ahead. We're gonna show you that in
scripture. The word gives you a viewpoint where you're not gonna be able to grasp the real scriptures, man. What it is. Because because it's a little more raw than the church will tell you. All right, there's a lot more supremacy in there. That the word is called supremacy, right? We hear that a lot. When you hear white supremacy, you think it's a negative thing. That's just their people thinking that they're better than the rest.
Can I say? Somebody said, "Ask the white man, why do they present yourself? Why do they put him up?" Nobody questioning that. But it was a strategic move. It was equivalent to planting your flag. It was white supremacy.
But I'm gonna show you something. The one who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, he taught rulership. That was the. We're gonna show you that. Go ahead. I'll give you that. This is the book of Matthew. Oh no, Salaki. We read right here. Salaki. Go ahead.
God. Verse 24, he said, of all the lands of the whole world, God has chosen thee one pit.
Right. So the Lord got one land. Right. Go ahead.
And of all the flowers thereof, one lily.
Right. The lily is the Lord's favorite flower. You can't say, why, Lord, don't you like the dandelion?
I like that.
Lord the King. I'm gonna give you a equivalent to. All right. Let me say, who your favorite? What about music genre? Who you say your favorite rapper or whatever right now? Singer. Okay, let's just say, and let's say like, okay, cut. Let's say him, right? And let's say he had a show that all the girls they desiring him. He ain't gonna take every girl to the after party. I don't care how much they desire him. In his position of power, he got the power to say, I want her, I want her, I want her. Let's go.
Yeah, I got you. So, I know what you mean. Like you basically were saying, it's based on choice. Whatever the authority says.
Yeah, the Lord, he has. Hold on, let's finish this. So we giving you a glimpse into the mind of the Lord now. Go ahead.
It says, all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river.
The Lord got one river there. His faith. Go ahead.
And of all builded cities, thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself.
Right, yeah, Jerusalem, that's it. Go ahead.
And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove.
Right, the Lord, out of all the birds, the Lord, the dove is his faith. Go ahead.
And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
Right, the sheep, that's the Lord's favorite. That's why the world enemy called Jesus Christ, people often refer to his chosen ones as sheep. Why? Because everybody, every animal is sheep. So why did the Lord say sheep? He could have just said, all the animals, come to me. You know, he said, go feed my sheep. Right, but I'm just saying, you know, hey, that's right. Hey, I'm just trying to, I just simplified it for you. Right? If I go in the zoo, if I say feed those sheep, there's more animals there. Why am I concerned with the sheep? That's, if you pay attention, that's separation. The Lord ain't dealing with all that. Go ahead.
It says, and among all the multitude of people.
Right, now let's get to the bottom of it. Out of all the multitude of people. Go ahead.
Thou hast gotten thee one people. And unto this people whom thou lovest, God gave us a law that is approved of all.
Right. When you go into the origins of who the Lord gave the law to, the Israelites. And the Lord didn't change his mind because churches started to spring up. Give me Malachi the 3rd chapter. The Lord not bound by time. He's not bound by emotions or trends or how the world changed and the maturation of the world. The Lord is ancient. He's of old. The same people we delivered out of Egypt, he's going to deliver from a Pharaoh. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. I, the Lord, I change not.
See, the Lord don't change. So we know the heroics of the Lord going into the Old Testament where he stood up for his people. Go ahead.
Therefore, ye sons of Jacob.
Ye sons, right there. That's personalized. See, sons of Jacob. Jacob is the blood of Israel. Go ahead.
It said, therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
See, so the Lord not changing benefits us. Because if the Lord was to change and allow the other nations to be equal on par with us, they'll keep us in subjection. Let me ask you this. Who you know out of our nation, people up on the side got a seat on the UN? Everybody after us. Give me real quick Psalm 83. We the pray. But again, we have lost sight of who we are. That was a strategic, well-strategized, calculated move by our oppressors, so-called white people. Now, you do have our people that look like white people. And that's a spiritual thing. They might, through lineage, right? And they might come out looking like a so-called white person, but they could be an Israelite.
What's the name, son?
Blake Griffin. Because Blake Griffin, that's a perfect example. His father is black and white. And, but he did black and white. Right? But if you look at his son, looking like it's
Hey, I appreciate you.
Hey. All right, bro. Hey, look out, bro. Look out, bro. All right. Hey, bro, we out here every week. Y'all come back out.
Thank you.
Yeah, we come out, man. Y'all come back out, bro. We be out.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it, bro. Have a good one, bro. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, brothers there. That, you know, this is the thing to see brothers on fire. And that's all it takes, man. All it takes.
The back of his shirt said on day.
The one with the glass?
No, you see the shirt said on.
Yeah, one with the glass.
Yeah,
I was trying to make out what that was.
Yeah, I think he was like of a nation.
Well, yeah. You kind of feel that vibe. Now the other Jake, yeah. But, yeah, he could be a discredit. You know what? Get 1 Corinthians. I don't know, we're about to run it up, right? Get 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, real quick. Yeah, it's beautiful for the camera. Somebody out there, man.
Real quick, like the other brother making a point to it, man. It's the Most High's choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got to be thankful that he made a marvelous choice to receive Israel, man. And not just Israel, the elect of Israel. Yeah. And why I say that? Because we done throwed our names in the hat. Yeah. We done throwed our names in there like Adam and others, you know.
Yeah, that's great.
Like the brother,
That's all you can ask for. Now your name in the hat.
There you go.
So your name in the hat.
You're part of the call. Remember, so many are called, but a few are chosen. So how you know you've been called? Because we got the hey, what is it? You got the you remember me white? You got the audacity. You know, we got the audacity to come out here and to proclaim we the children of the Most High.
And it piques your interest.
And it
like,
piques
the
your
call
interest.
is like that trumpet blowing. You heard it. Now, just to be fair, like when you see people come up like that, like they could be sincere. Like the one, especially not the one on the other, but it's right in the front. Yeah. Because you got to think about it. They don't know no better. Yeah. They don't know no better. They don't know. Because, you thought that everybody could be saved. You know, you thought that everybody had, rightful dabs, if you will, at salvation. And why? Because you thought that salvation was based upon you going to heaven or hell. But see, I'm going to say something. It's real late in the game, though. You know, it's real late in the game. So it's not saying it's impossible to elect. I mean, in the spirit, you kind of feel it. The elect can be sealed. But sealing is a process. Matter of fact, go there. Let's get there.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, and verse 4. For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollo, are ye not carnal? Who then is Paul, and who is Apollo? But ministers by whom ye believe, even as the Lord gave.
Right, they were just servants. That's how you believe, because of the men who the Lord sent forth.
Even as the Lord gave to every man, I have planted, Apollo water, but the Most High gave the increase.
Right. So sometimes it'll be a case where you can plant a seed, and they might go off and then come across a video. Then it start making sense, you know. That's a case of the Lord water, right? Cultivating that seed, it grows, then it grows into that you being sealed. Or what the scripture is. Been going hard for 2 hours. You know, he kind of do. But relentless. Yeah, come on.
God, it says, so then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth,
right,
but the Most High that giveth the increase.
Right, so hey, you can't make that's our IQ part of the end. That's selfish, man. If you watching the video, that's selfish, man. We teaching you wanted to see you. Just come out here. Hey, look at me down there. There you go. That kid tugging at your chest. What? All right, so in the closing statement, and so with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH.
The head apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there. And as always, you believers, the Ahtham as well as the YAHAWAH. To this time, shalom.
Shalom. ETA, above the ball. Soon.
All right, everybody. Oh, yeah, hey, too, real quick, the brother. I know that. You ain't going right back in. Okay, come on, man. You try to go out again.